On my wedding day, I discovered the truth that shattered everything.
The sun shone brightly over the manicured gardens of the Thompson estate, where friends and family gathered for what was supposed to be the happiest day of Emma's life. Every detail had been perfect. White roses lined the aisle, soft classical music floated through the air, and the sun glinted off the sparkling diamonds on her ring. Emma's heart raced as she adjusted her veil, smiling nervously at her reflection. Today, she was marrying the man she thought she knew, her high school sweetheart, Liam. They had been together for nearly a decade, and Emma had believed in his promises, his loyalty, and the life they had planned together. But weddings, Emma would soon learn, often reveal truths hidden beneath years of smiles and careful words. As she walked down the aisle, Emma saw Liam waiting at the altar, looking handsome in his tailored suit. For a moment, her nerves calmed. Then she noticed the way he glanced around, almost distractedly, as if he were expecting someone else. She shook off the thought, telling herself it was just wedding jitters. The ceremony began, and vows were exchanged, words full of love and hope. Emma's heart swelled as Liam said, "I promise to love and cherish you forever." But as soon as he said those words, her maid of honor, Sarah, whispered frantically, tugging at Emma's sleeve. "You need to see this," Sarah murmured, handing Emma her phone. With trembling hands, Emma opened a message that froze her blood. It was a photo of Liam, smiling intimately with another woman, taken only a week before the wedding. Emma's eyes widened, her mind struggling to process what she was seeing. How could he betray her now, after everything? Her hands shook as tears blurred her vision. She looked up at Liam, who was still standing at the altar, oblivious to the storm about to break in Emma's heart. In that moment, all the rehearsed smiles, all the excited chatter, all the music around her faded into silence. Emma stepped back, her voice shaking. I can't do this." The officiant froze, the guests murmuring in confusion. Liam's face went pale. "Emma, what are you talking about?" he asked, panic creeping into his tone. She held up the phone, the dam of betrayal breaking at last. "This," she said, her voice firm despite the tears, "this is why I cannot marry you. Love is not just about promises. It's about trust, respect, and honesty. You've chosen to betray me, and I will not let that define my life." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Liam tried to reach for her hand, but Emma stepped back, shaking her head. She turned to her family, who had witnessed the entire moment, and felt a mixture of shame for Liam and pride for herself. She walked out of the aisle, the music still playing softly behind her, but now it sounded hollow. Guests whispered, some in shock, some in admiration for her courage. Emma didn't look back. Later, she sat quietly in the empty garden, tears streaming down her face. But amidst the heartbreak, she felt a sense of strength she had never known before. She realized that betrayal was never the end, it was a test of one's self-worth and courage. Weeks later, Emma focused on rebuilding her life, surrounded by friends and family who truly loved her. Liam tried to call, to apologize, to explain, but she no longer wanted to hear his voice. She had learned something invaluable, a life built on lies could never be fulfilling, and walking away from betrayal was not just an act of survival, it was an act of self-respect. Emma eventually found love again, not in grand gestures or hollow words, but in honesty, care, and consistency. And every time she remembered that fateful day, she smiled, not because of the pain, but because she had chosen herself over deceit.